the ones and twos. It's the Life Game Avengers. We assemble, especially when we're talking about good stuff from Marvel, because we've missed them. It's me, Lamont Tyson, Mr. Life Games, and that brother over there, the living legend, Larry. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm feeling marvelous. Marvelous.
I feel you on that one. That was a good one, my brother. And that's what we're talking about tonight, my people. Marvel. After just getting done with one of the highest watched series in TV history, not just in streaming, TV history, talking about WandaVision, now they're back with what felt like a cinematic event in your home with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And Larry, and before we jump into this, how did you feel from that first few minutes of watching? I mean, they didn't pull no punches out the gate.
No, they did not. They started this thing off like a Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I mean,
it kind of reminds you of it kind of reminds you of the way that Captain America Winter Soldier started. You remember when he dropped in from the airplane onto that boat? It started kicked off just like that. And joining the party, ladies and gentlemen, we link up like Voltron, or better yet, let me say we link up like the Avengers when we got these comics. It's my big brother, Brandon Avery. How you doing, B. Avery?
I'm doing pretty good, sir. How are you doing?
I'm hanging tough, man. You know, we ready to talk some Marvel tonight, Jack.
Hell yeah. What's up, Larry? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm liking that black hoodie over there.
Yeah,
man. I appreciate it. You know,
yeah. If I ever come see you, you better check your closet before I leave.
Okay, sure will, man. Sure will.
Or Larry, you can do it the hard way and go to his store and just buy one. You can do it the hard way.
I plan on doing both.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm my bad, y'all. I gotta adjust the setting. I'm gonna hop out and hop right back in. Okay.
Okay. Take your time.
Right.
Take your time.
Right.
While you doing that, let me shout out everybody. My homegirl Tressa C in the building, been holding us down well over a year. Stanley Powell, Alex in the building, Support Gaming in the building. And while B. Avery's getting ready, Larry, talk about those first opening moments of Falcon Winter Soldier. How you was just saying it felt like a cinematic experience.
Man, yeah, it felt like they started off like a full-blown Marvel movie. It looked really good. Like the scene with those I forgot what they call the wingsuit dudes. Woo! Oh man, that was so dope. I mean, it looks. I mean, I know that those dudes who do those wingsuits, they can do so much in real life, and it looks so good. It would have me wondering, can those dudes really swoop into a helicopter like that? I mean, I was like, nah, they can't do that because the downwash with the helicopter would have took those dudes out. But it looked so good and so real. I was like, did they really do that? Was that a real stunt?
Larry, experienced base jumpers can aim pretty good. Now, I don't know, like I said, I don't know about aiming at the cross current of a helicopter. But base jumpers can aim and land very, very well. I've seen it done in person.
No, I believe that. But that was the whole thing. I was like, I know they can do a whole lot. But it looked so good. It had me wondering, could they have really done the helicopter stunts? I was like, I mean, my better senses just had to take over and be like, no, it's not possible. The rotor blade, the wash from the rotor blades would have had them dudes chewed up. But it looked so good when they swooped down and the dude just sort of tucked in. It just went right into the helicopter. I was like, oh my God, that was sick.
I was thinking the same thing. I didn't start thinking about that till about maybe 15 minutes ago when I was trying to watch the episode again. Because the first time I was like, man, that is just badass and zoop, zoop, zoop. You know, but I was like, oh, wait a minute, helicopter blades. But I don't care. You know, it looked good, you know, to me. So
I mean, fellas, we're gonna get into the full scoop, but the first opening scene made you feel like you were sitting in the theater. And I really like what they done with Anthony Mackie. There's no more taking a black dude and making him the underling or the sidekick for all the white people. They showed you what he can do when he has tech and armor, and he's got Tony Stark's armor, and he was just dropping them wings, dropping it like an eagle, flying through helicopters, jumping in, kicking people in the face. It was action packed. And ladies and gentlemen, this brother done got the super chat game going.
Oh, there we go.
How you going to be in the video? This is what I'm trying to figure out, people. How you all up in the videos and you're super chatting, man? You ain't supposed to be able to do both.
We got to get it started, man. Everybody hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. Let's get all the likes,
Yep. And ladies and gentlemen, let's dive on into this. We always open up any of my reviews. We do a couple of things on my reviews. Number one, we take snapshots from what actually happened, and we let that be the basis of how we guide the conversation along with your comments. And we always start with something that kind of jogs the memory of something you might have missed that was important in the movie. So take a look at this.
We need someone to inspire us again, someone who can be a symbol for all of us. Join me in welcoming your new Captain America.
Why does the new Captain America look like Casey Neistat?
Bruh.
Horrible. He do, man. He do look like him.
And I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm just saying dude actually physically looks like him in the face.
No, I agree. I agree. So, man, let's just start from the beginning. We've already kind of talked about the action and the adventure that's going on in this thing. We see Anthony Mackie using the hell out the Falcon, treating him the way he is supposed to be treated. And the fellas kind of already talked about their thoughts on the opening moments. But there was someone else that we got the chance to get introduced to, and that's Lieutenant Torres. Now, fellas, how did you feel about Torres? Me personally, I like the character, but I really felt like they was trying to make sure we know he's about to be the next sidekick. And then one more thing I want you guys to expand on from that opening scene. Along with Torres, how did y'all like Batroc Leaper? Remember him from Captain America Winter Soldier? He was on the boat.
That's George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
Dude is arguably, if not the best, one of the best mixed martial artists that ever was. That dude is wholeheartedly legit. He's one of the best UFC fighters ever.
So, B. Avery, I'm gonna give it to you first. Throughout that first opening scene, and I'll flash pictures. Thoughts on these two characters throughout this series, and what do you think their impact will be?
I'm not sure what Torres's impact will be, because it wasn't until after I saw the episode a couple of times that I learned that he actually takes up the mantle as Falcon when the Falcon takes up the mantle as Captain America in the comics.
Yeah,
and I think that his name is slightly different. I think it's always been Torres, but his first name may be a little different. However, I do like the relationship that they have, the rapport between him and Sam. Kind of looks like they're buddy. Now, is that the same person?
Same guy.
I didn't even pick it up till now because I was having trouble with that. So that makes me feel I gotta think about it now. But
I wasn't sure if that was the same dude either, because the way they cut those scenes, it felt like maybe they were in two different places or something. And
I have another revelation that I'm gonna wait until later on that I didn't realize until maybe 20 minutes ago. I'm sure we're going to talk about it. However, with Batroc the Leaper, there was that other guy that I was telling y'all about that pops up, and as soon as he did, I was like, "Oh, that's old dude from the Winter Soldier." Yes, I'm glad they brought him back because he is in the comics. He is a Captain America villain.
Yep.
And so he's back in this. And I like the fact that he kind of beat Sam. You know, in the fight or whatever, and Sam had the wings, and that kind of just makes sense to me as far as the scaling of power, because in Winter Soldier, Captain America beat Batroc the Leaper, but in this, that Batroc the Leaper beat the Falcon, and of course, you know, the Falcon is not enhanced like Captain America, so he's not going to do as well, but you know, he still held his own. But I'm really happy that they don't kill the villains as far as he's concerned, because I was pissed off in Civil War when they killed Frank Grillo's character, Crossbones. And I'm glad that he's still alive right here. You know, he hopped out that plane right before it blew up. So I'm glad that he popped back up.
Okay, Larry, thoughts on those two characters?
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the two of them. I mean, I like that fight scene. I like, part of me was wishing that Sam would have taken him out, inside the plane, because I was like, dude, what are you doing? Just like take them out. And then they came back and got back up. But if they didn't, we wouldn't got the rest of that, that great action sequence. So I'm all right. I'm all right with it eventually. But I like seeing George St. Pierre. So I'm glad that his character is going to be around, hopefully, for the whole season.
He will, Larry. We've not seen the last of him because a lot of these characters, this is the beauty of Marvel. A lot of these characters we're going to see in this storyline, they're C-list characters. I think E-Man has already talked about that. I was going to make sure that I let people know that Falcon was never really that popular. He was black. He was never that popular. The individuals that they're going to be fighting was never that popular. And to be honest with you, Winter Soldier was never really that popular until we see him in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, which is still to this day one of Marvel's top 5 best movies they ever produced.
Yep.
And so it's great that we're seeing some of these characters come back. It just gets you more prepared for the story. Now, for the second part of this thing, we see Lieutenant Torres introducing, this is after the fight is over from the first initial action-packed scene. He's sitting down, and we learned that Falcon got some tech skills, fellas. Falcon ain't just some random black dude. He over there fixing his wings. Yeah. He's got some tech skills, Air Force, all that kind of stuff. And my man right here, Lieutenant Torres, he's a techie dude too. But he's enamored with Falcon because he's an Avenger. And so while he's doing that, he's taking selfies and introducing to Falcon this crazy ass group called the Flag Smashers. And one of their calling cards is the hand over the world, right? And the particular Flag Smasher in the comics is just this dude right here, who was a villain of Captain America. Fellas, and I'll give it to you, B. Avery. Where are we going to be going with the Flag Smashers? Now, the way that conversation went, it reminds you of something me and Larry have talked about on this show. The QAnon. What's another one of these groups, Larry, that just, they believe the world doesn't need policing. They didn't like that. These guys want the world to go back the way it was during the blip when people was just trying to survive. So this is kind of like Marvel, in essence, shaming those type of groups. So B. Avery, where are we going to go with this story?
That's an interesting question. I had no idea the first time I watched this, the first time. I don't know much about the Flag Smasher more than what you just explained. I think I'm just looking at it though. It's kind of weird that they want world peace and they want everybody to be united, but the way they're going about it is just like ass backwards to me.
No different from Thanos. Claim that he wants world peace. He wants people to have resources, but the way he went about doing it was to kill half the universe.
It's crazy.
He didn't kill him. He just got rid of him. He just disappeared him.
This guy.
Yeah, man. Pay him no attention.
They came back. I mean, the people that were dead didn't come back.
Not because of his will. And what's up, Trust to See?
Hold up, fellas. We done got Big Buzz back in the building. And Buzz, I got something for you, my brother. I appreciate it. And I know you are a comic book fan. So for you and Larry, I'll give you this.
Go ahead and burn all that.
My king, we cannot do that. It is our tradition.
When I tell you to do something, I mean that shit. Burn it all!
I'm trying to get this slow, man.
See, Killmonger's so bad, he's going to take a second herb and then he's going to cross over to DC and go stomp out Darkseid by himself.
This guy.
That's just, I'm saying, man. True and rightful ruler of Wakanda.
What I was, we'll see, Larry. But what I'm hoping to see, maybe what I think would be cool is that the actual Flag Smasher is like an actual person. Like he's like the leader of them, and he pops out like a little bit later, on top of Zemo or something, I don't know. I don't know much about him, but that is one way I'm sure where I would like for them to go. But so far, I like that they're enhanced, and I'm just trying to I'm trying. It's interesting because when you watch the trailers, it looks like they're humanized. You know, you get to see a couple of them without their mask, and they're talking like civil people, like they have some sense. So I'm really interested in where they're going with this, and you know, are they going to be trying to negotiate? Like, hey, we're not the bad people. We just want this. You know, like I'm really curious. They don't seem power hungry. They just seem warped in the head. So,
and I can agree with that. And most likely they didn't really give you a whole lot, but the leader of the Flag Smashers is probably that chick from the trailers. And I'm thinking that this right here, now this person has an Adam's apple, and I'm not saying women don't have Adam's apples, but I don't think this is a woman. But I think the leader of the Flag Smashers is probably going to be that lady. Yeah. But in the comics, Flag Smasher was just this one dude right here. It was just this guy. But Larry, how do you feel about the way they're involving all these different? You've got Zemo, you've got the Flag Smasher, you've got some other little militia groups, and at the end we saw that you've got Agent Captain America now. How are you feeling about these Flag Smasher dudes and having to deal with an African American who's going to have to become Captain America / Falcon?
Well, I'll be honest with you. When I was looking at that scene, I was sort of trying to figure out, are these guys the bad guys, or are these guys the good guys who are being presented as the bad guys? Because I mean, even though they obviously they robbed a bank, it looked like they seemed like they were taking great effort not to hurt people. Like they went through all of the charade of bringing all those people in there and put the face mask on, all that subterfuge so that they didn't have to hurt anybody. And they seemed like the one dude was trying to calmly walk away. And the only time he really engaged in any violence is when he saw one of his dudes that had come in and had put a mask on getting beat down by the cops. And then he kicked the dude. And then the other part when he beat up Torres, if you notice, he could have killed Torres. He didn't kill him. He body slammed him and knocked him unconscious and left him. He could have killed him if he wanted to, and he didn't.
Right.
So it makes you wonder, like, are these dudes bad guys? Or are these dudes misunderstood good guys?
Well, I mean, you still can't go around beating up people, Larry. I mean,
I see your point, though.
No, I'm with you, Larry, but you still just can't go around just beating the hell out of people, man. I mean, if a black dude would have done that, his ass wouldn't even had a chance to turn his head. He would have been in handcuffs. Yeah.
No doubt that would have happened if it was a black dude. But my point still remains is that it makes you wonder: are these dudes good? Are these dudes bad? What's the deal? You know,
I'm with you on that, and I'm telling you, they're anarchists. And Lainey Womack just gave an excellent dissertation. Almost, we need a couple of more sentences. It'd be a great dissertation. Wondering, are we going to have racial issues? Well, Lainey, I can go ahead and tell you, you must have missed the great interview not only Sharonda did, but my brother up here, Brandon, did with Anthony Mackie and Mr. Spellman, who are saying there are going to be some hardcore race issues. They have to be. Let me just tell y'all this. You're talking about one of white America's most beloved characters. Behind Superman, Captain America is probably their favorite white guy behind Superman. They like him a little more than Batman because of the truth and all that stuff he stands for, which is hogwash. But anyway, and when they took this story and turned it into a black guy, I can remember my older friends who read the comics during that era said it was a lot of people that was upset about that. And if you listen to the interviews that are going on when they created the series, they said they was going to talk about this kind of unrest and what it would be like for someone who's going to be African American to assume the mantle of Captain America. So yeah, you get your popcorn ready, my lady. You get your popcorn ready, and they kind of address some of those issues already. You can already see the backdrop set up in this particular episode. And so after we got done, go ahead, Larry.
You know, I had a question. You brought up earlier that we got to see that, that Sam has some tinkering skills, messing with his with his wings. And so, but this is the thing that kind of confused me about that, right? So he's up there tinkering. He can fix his wings, but he can't fix that boat engine. I mean, that boat, I mean, you're talking about an old school boat. This is not even something complicated. I mean, I bet you I could probably download some instructions off the internet or watch a YouTube video and fix that engine. It didn't look like anything complicated at all.
It's old though. It's old.
I was about to say it might. I was going to say maybe it needs to be updated along with fixing because the sister. We're going to get there. We'll talk about that when we get there. We'll just save that for sometimes hold your horses, my brother. Hold your horses. We're gonna get there now. We're gonna get there.
Come on.
We're gonna get there. Don't this is what I had to tell my clients when I'm doing personal training. Don't rush the process. Body fat is stubborn and it's gonna take time to get. We just don't rush it. So we're gonna get there though. So let's talk about the next thing. As Torres and Sam were having a discussion. Of course, Torres wants to know what happened to Captain America. There was conspiracy.
I'm sorry, it was just funny. The conspiracy was funny.
It was.
I knew y'all would like that one. I knew it. I ain't forget. I wrote that down over there. There was all these crazy conspiracy theories up there. But I gotta say, fellas, the one about Captain being on the moon, as an old guy, Captain being on the moon. I can see that. You know why? Because Nick Fury has a base on the moon.
I was just about to say that.
Nick Fury has a base on the moon. So, fellas, do you think that when we continue to get the story to unfold, are we going to find out that Captain America, old Steve Rogers, is up there helping Nick Fury with this secret invasion that is about to happen?
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Okay.
And Sam sort of gave it away when he asked where you going. He said, "Oh, I'm going back to DC." He said, "For what? Oh, moon business."
He did say that.
Oh,
He did say that. He sure did. He said moon business. And we'll go ahead and jump on into that. Now, this is the scene where I'm just like Anthony Mackie. I'm so proud of you, my brother. You will never be called Clarence by me again. Never, ever, never, ever will I call you Clarence, my brother. You're doing me proud here. Oh man,
he looks sharp.
Hey, look, in the very beginning when he was ironing, being that I'm in this physical fitness thing, I was checking out his cuts for the sluts.
Yeah.
My man tricep was poking out like the dude been hitting the gym.
Yeah.
What's Anthony?
And on the side note, in real life, man, he can get swole real quick if he wants to. I've seen him do it before. That movie he did, Michael Bay, with Mark Wahlberg, they were like weightlifters or something.
Oh
like
yeah, the one with the Rock where they were.
Yeah. So respect to the gym. Respect to the gym.
Hey, for sure. And then
how funny would it have been if B Rabbit would have came up there and just grabbed the mic?
Man, here you go, boy. I don't know where Larry get this stuff from, man. This guy just be pulling
That was
stuff.
You.
Man.
That's you talking about Clarence bringing it up, man. You opened that door.
I did, didn't I? Yeah. Anyway, so Sam is giving this bold and powerful speech about symbols, and it's the man behind the symbol that makes the symbol. Talking about his buddy Captain America. And he's coming to turn in the shield. And we got Rhodey. We done already got a Rhodey cameo. And we got this guy who they haven't really told us what his name is, but he's some kind of government operative. And Sam turns in the shield. And the first thing, fellas, I'm thinking to myself is, Sam, what the hell is you doing? Giving up the shield. At least keep it at your house. This is a weapon in the right hands.
Go back to that photo again. The one with War Machine. I was gonna say the dude in the background between War Machine and the woman behind it almost looked like the dude that they have as the new Captain America, but I don't know if I don't think that's him.
Probably not. But in getting through this thing, when he turned in that shield, War Machine gave it to him because War Machine thought he was going to assume the mantle of Captain America, and he didn't. So, fellas, I want you guys to just talk about this scene when he gave the speech. Talk about this guy who we're obviously seeing is going to be a villain. I mean, man, the rest of the people don't know it yet, but us comic dudes, we can see this writing on the wall. And this seems to be the consistent thing that they're doing. And I'm going to tell you guys how we can link this to Secret Invasions. I can just go ahead and tell some of y'all, some of these MFers is scrolls. I can just go and tell you that. And when we start talking about Bucky, we'll talk a little bit more about how he helped infiltrate governments with these people to do their bidding. Does that not sound like Russia infiltrating another country? They're having useful idiots. But Larry, I'm gonna give it to you first. Describe this whole entire scene. Sam Wilson turning in the Shield. We got a new villain, and War Machine being very disappointed that he didn't want to take up that mantle.
Yeah, he really did, man. He even asked him, "Are you gonna make me ask?" You know,
he did. It was this scene right here.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the new Captain America is gonna be a Skrull. But
okay,
I don't know.
Okay,
but
that's in the comics. I mean, they've got that in the comics now.
It was a little disappointing to watch this happen because I really wanted him to just go ahead and take up the mantle. I know they couldn't just do it that easy. I mean, I know how storytelling is. They have to have the hero first presented with the journey, and then he has to accept the journey before it starts. And so we have to give him a reason to take up the mantle beyond just Cap saying, "Here's a shield."
Right.
So I guess we have that. Okay. So we'll see. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how that turns out, where he takes the shield from Dude, or if Dude gets taken out, or if the Dude turns out to be corrupt, or they find out he's a Skrull or whatever. It's gonna be interesting to see how he actually ends up taking the shield and taking up the mantle.
Oh, well, I mean, I'll save it. I'm about to jump the horse. Now, let me calm down. B.A.B. take over, my brother. Boy,
B.A.B's already seen the whole series, so,
I have not. It would be nice. I haven't. But yeah, old Dude is crooked than a bag of S's.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said.
Yeah.
The writing
y'all
on the wall.
down south have some sayings, boy.
Hey, man, it's the truth, man. That's the truth. If you ever want to be stuck in a curve, go get you a bag of S's. You stuck in the damn
curve. Yeah. It just seemed obvious. It just seemed like he's a hater in every way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. And you can just look at the picture. Look at the disgust on Rhodey's face. Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
I know you're not about to give up the shield. Here you go, brother. We were slaves. We could be running this thing, and you want to give it up? I'm teasing, but I'm serious. But I'm teasing.
Yeah, because he's giving it to the Smithsonian.
Yeah,
it's like, because everybody thought that the shield had disappeared with the blip, but really, Captain had given it to Sam to become the new Captain America. But he didn't want it because he felt like it belonged to Cap. And this dude calls you and you say you're going to give it up. Oh, Lord have mercy.
And I was wondering, maybe y'all can help me out. I'm really curious to see if they called him for the meeting or Sam is the one to put it together himself. Like, hey, y'all, I just want to let y'all know, Cap Steve Rogers did give me the shield. And I'm feeling some type of way about it. So I just want to call a conference, give a little speech and donate it to the Smithsonian. Or would they hit him up like, hey, we heard you got, old Dude shield, what you gonna do with it? Can we get it? I don't know.
I feel like they called him. Okay. But at the same time, I feel like because Sam really didn't want the mantle, it was nothing for him to give it up. Because remember, this is the same Smithsonian from Captain America Winter Soldier. Do y'all remember when Captain America was in that movie and they was hiding out for a little while? They ducked into a Smithsonian. He saw this little kid and told him not to say anything.
Yeah.
That's the same Smithsonian right here.
Okay.
They might want to check that shield because it might say on the back, property Wakanda must be surrendered upon request. We don't know if that shield is the right property of them. It's maybe the U.S. government doesn't even have the right to have it.
Very true.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
They might just be like, if you're not using it, then you need to give it back
because it's made of pure vibranium.
Right.
Pure vibranium.
Two more things. I cannot wait to see how they're going to execute Sam getting the shield back. Whether he's going to have to break in and take it against their will, or they'll voluntarily give it to him. Like, our Captain America died, or he sucks. We need you with the wings. And also,
maybe he'd just be a wuss and get scared and run away.
No.
I mean, he could. The new Captain America might just be a weakling. Just he might get into a fight and run away. Be like, this job's not for me.
Larry, hold your horses. because there is comic source material for the U.S. agent. That's what he's called, the U.S. agent, Captain America. And the end of this review, we're gonna talk all about his punk ass, racist motherfucker. We're gonna talk about it.
What was I gonna say? Man, since we were talking about the shield and Wakanda vibranium, I wonder if the shield will ever be upgraded to be combined with vibranium and adamantium.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
Since Disney Marvel owns that now, and I believe in the comic it was always a mixture between the two. If I'm incorrect, let me know. But I was just thinking about that as well.
They might, or they might have another because now in the comics the shield has been broken several times.
Yeah,
and one of those times was when they did fuse these two metals. So I can easily see a situation where the right bad guy comes along, Kang or somebody destroys the damn shield, and then they have to fuse it back together with adamantium and vibranium. I'm just interested for when they drop adamantium into the MCU.
Right. Now, in the comics, every time it was broken, it was done by some powerful cosmic figure that wasn't on Earth or something, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. Kang broke it. Thanos broke it.
That makes sense to me,
Right.
I don't want it just to be some regular person that just hit it real hard,
No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to. No. Now the Hulk has broken. The Hulk has broken. I mean, but he's not a regular person. But
right.
Hulk went to World War. Hulk came back, took that shield, just said, like it was a piece of paper, just like it was nothing.
Yeah.
I want to know if if Sam's gonna get that serum, the super soldier serum.
See, hold your horses, man. We got God. We're gonna get, man.
I was saving that too.
God, come
on, man. Come on.
Golly.
Hurry up.
No, man. We got to let people get their opinions out, Larry. God, just hold your horses, man. Golly. Let's move on to the next scene, people. I don't know what Larry been drinking in that cup he got. It must be Ripple in that cup. Here we go. This was an Easter egg in this movie. This is the shield Captain first had, the Bucky first had, but also, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first Captain America book right there, and this is the real deal thing. Did you fellas catch that Easter egg?
I did not. And go ahead and grab it, Larry. I'll be right back. Go ahead and grab it.
Yeah, I caught the shield. I didn't catch the comic book though.
Yeah, man.
I caught the shield, but I didn't catch the comic book. That's dope.
And I will tell you guys this. I don't want to take it down, but one of my professional trades was a respiratory therapist. I have a comic book series that my friend and best friend James Booker got me. The first ever Captain America versus the asthma monster, sitting right here. I'm gonna try to slide my camera so y'all can see it.
What?
You see that thing right there on the wall that I'm pointing at?
The asthma monster?
That's Captain America versus the asthma monster, 1965. And I got a copy of it. Because man. Look, he got one too. But his ain't the asthma monster though.
Yeah, I thought I had the exact one that was in the thing, but apparently I don't. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this one too.
Nice.
See, Larry, I knew he was going to try to pull that, but I got mine up first. I knew he was going to try to pull. I said to myself, he's going to get something. And while he's getting that, I can point to mine that's right here on my mantle. Captain America versus the asthma monster. I knew this dude. I knew this Joker was up to something. I knew he was up to something. This guy here, man. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Easter egg. This is the real deal. First ever Captain America comic, and they did put it right up here in the movie.
Nice.
Yep. And let us move on to the next clip. Okay. So now that we done got through all that, they starting to get into Bucky's story. Now, fellas, when I first saw this, I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. In the trailers, his hair was cut. He wasn't the Winter Soldier. He had the Wakanda vibranium on. He didn't have this on. And then I realized he was dreaming. And not only was he dreaming, but he was dreaming about something that he had done in the past. And then he winds up killing this guy who winds up being Yari's son. And he wakes up from that and is just in a cold sweat. Fellas, what did you think about this introduction into Bucky? And you didn't know that this was going to be somebody's significant son, but now that you think back on it, how you feel about this whole scene?
Bro, it's so much to unpack right here, man. Kind of first, like what you were saying, I was like, what the hell is going on? Why is Bucky going around killing people? And I was like, he has the long hair, and I was just confused. And when he woke up right here, you know, and having this nightmare, I was like, damn, this dude is like really going through it, man. And it's so perfect because I'm more excited about this than the action. And I'm excited about the action, but showing these characters in their broken mental state is really, really intriguing to me. And I can't wait to see how that develops. And what would you say? But I didn't even put that together. Like when he was dreaming, I thought that was just a random dream. I didn't know that was actually a true event that took place. And you know, it took me a few times to see this to realize that was actually Nakajima's son.
Yuri,
you know, I thought that was a regular guy, and so
man,
like I realized that today, to be honest with you, today.
Wow.
And so that's crazy, man. But I'm really happy with where Bucky is and addressing his mental state and showing him in therapy and all that stuff. And I'm sure we'll talk about that scene. But so far, I was loving this. Just absolutely.
Me too. Larry, what's your thoughts on it, my brother?
My first thought was when I saw this was if the Winter Soldier can wear a mask, so can everyone else. You know,
oh my Lord.
So I was thinking people need to mask up.
Damn.
But beyond that, I was thinking, you know, as they went along with this storyline more, I was like, you know, that's the one he's having these nightmares because it seemed to me like this is the only one, like out of all the other people that he killed, this is the only one that actually mattered to him, that actually affected him, because this dude is complete innocent. He didn't have anything to do with anything. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and saw the wrong thing. And because, you know, I mean, he's making his amends and he's crossing names off his list, but he's not really affected by them. He's just doing it because it's an exercise he has to go through. But this one, you see, he's number one on the list, and he still hasn't gotten around to making amends to it. So he's going everywhere around on the list, just taking everybody else's names off, and he still hasn't got to this guy yet. He was almost there. We thought he was going to say something when he went to the dude's apartment, and then he was like, "Oh, I just wanted to give you the money for the meal earlier." So
yeah. Larry jumping all in front of the horse. He just told me to hold the horse down. Now he done went and jumped on the horse and then ran to the next stable. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't catch what he's talking about, Bucky has done a lot of things for Hydra, and this is the Hydra Book of Commands. And when this is at the end credits of the movie, when they're basically showing you the different things they would say to Bucky to get him to go back to be under Hydra's mind control. So the whole reason why he's seeing this therapist is because of that. And the list that Larry is talking about is he has an amends list similar to that list that Captain America had back in the day when he was trying to learn new songs and Sam was teaching him new songs. Bucky has a list too. And you can see he's going through there striking off people's name on this list. And pretty much all these guys that you see on this list, ladies and gentlemen, are in the comic books. You see Zemo, you see Rustov, you see Gandor. Pretty much all these guys are in the comics, which leads me to believe we're going to be seeing these dudes when him and Sam finally get together. And then in terms of the gentleman's dad, this is the dad, his friend that he's making friends with, whose son he winds up killing. And he didn't really know it until later on in the story. And Bucky even gets him a girlfriend out this thing. Bucky about to get some panty draws, his 106-year-old self.
Some Mushu.
Yeah, about to get them panty draws. So they play a little drinking game of Battleship with Bucky.
That was an interesting game right there.
And he was drinking like a sailor for real. What did you guys think about that exchange with them? How you feel about them giving him a girlfriend?
I thought it was cute. And I like the way that the older gentleman set it up, and of course she was feeling him, but I thought it was cute. He's been at the mix for a while, with the social skills. How old are you? 106. That's just gonna rub people the wrong way, but I liked it, and maybe this won't just be like a one little episode thing. Maybe they'll have a long lasting relationship, but we'll see. But I'm feeling it so far.
Fellas, I can just go ahead and tell you right now. She is not what she seems. But Larry, I'm gonna give the floor to you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, she's cute. It's interesting that they gave Bucky a well, I guess I don't know if he's really his friend. I guess he is. It really seems like Bucky sort of befriended him because he's trying to work up the courage, I guess, to tell him about his son. But it's interesting that he befriended this Japanese dude that is, probably around the age of a World War II vet when Bucky was in World War II fighting against, the Germans and the Japanese. So it's interesting that, that whole dynamic. And the guy sounds like he has an accent. So I'm assuming that he's actually from Japan and not a Japanese-born American. Not that Japanese-born Americans can't have accents, but, most people that are born here usually, even if they speak the language fluently, they still have just a regular American accent. But this guy seemed like he was, English was a second language, so I'm assuming he was straight from Japan. And I just found that was just sort of an interesting dynamic that you have these two World War II veterans from opposite sides that are friends now. So, and then you have Unique, you have Unique like Monique, but without the M. So, I'm assuming this dude's going to pop back up. They spent a little bit too much time explaining all that for him just to disappear. So right. I'm assuming Unique's coming back again.
Yeah, we're not done with Unique, but when you start now, I don't care what they say. We gonna theory craft on this channel, damn it. We theory craft. We don't give a damn about the expectations unless Marvel flat out puts it out there and then they don't deliver. I can go ahead and tell you right now, Yuri gonna die. I can just tell you that right now. Yuri's gonna die, and I'm fearful that this chick is not what she seems. So, I mean, when you get, I don't know if she's a scroll, but if my memory serves me correctly, there was a comic series when Bucky had a girlfriend who turned on him, and I want to say she was down with Hydra or something like that, if I remember correctly. I'm not saying that she is, but it was something like that.
What's she gonna do? Feed him some puffer fish?
She might get the command book. She might get the command book and start saying those same Hydra words that Zemo said in the movie Civil War.
I don't think it'll work anymore.
I thought Shuri fixed him though.
Yeah, she did fix him, but in the comics he's been unfixed.
Okay.
And guess who unfixed him? Now I'm not saying that she did it, but do you guys? Either one of you guys have followed the Wolverine series, and he had a girlfriend named Yuriko.
Yeah.
That's who unfixed Bucky Barnes. Yuriko.
Really?
Yeah, man. Her and all her technology and all that.
Wow.
So
somebody in the comment section, Cleve17, said that he thought that the dude was the Asian soldier that was in their battalion in the first Captain America.
I don't think he's old enough though.
Yeah, he.
Well, that was World War II. He should be old enough.
I thought that was World War I. Cap was in the first World War II.
Nah, it was World War II when he was fighting against the Nazis. That was World War II. The Nazis didn't come along till World War II.
Okay. It could be.
Didn't all dude say he was 90 though? And Bucky was 106.
Well, they were saying they were talking about no one lived past 90. So I'm assuming dude might be beyond 90, which would still put him in that range.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Unique, just Monique with a U.
there was a bit extra, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe he will.
I mean, they added that in there so that we would remember him. So he's gonna be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. Now this was a touching scene right here. If you didn't catch that Bucky had originally killed this man's son, and you didn't pay attention to this conversation Bucky was having with her, you wouldn't have caught this, but he went to this man's house to confess and then he just couldn't pull the trigger. And when he saw this guy had a shrine for his son, and he looked at it, instead of confessing, he just gave him the money. Larry, what did you think was going to happen when he popped up at this door?
I mean, part of me was hoping that he would say something, but I just knew he wasn't going to, because they're intentionally building on this storyline, so they can't just bring it to its climax in the first episode. So
no,
they're gonna have to bring this out a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if Bucky actually didn't tell him and somebody else. Like, if you're saying that the girlfriend may not be who she says she is, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the girlfriend. Maybe she ends up being, a Hydra agent and actually outs Bucky as the one who killed her son.
Right. Here's someone who knows the comics a little bit. He's basically saying Bucky even knew Logan during World War II. And he did. Yeah. They did. There was a time when Bucky, Steve Rogers, and Logan all teamed up with the Howling Commandos.
Can we get that, please?
No, right?
Man, look. Before I
want all the stories,
Before we get the Howling Commandos, we got to get the Midnight Suns. They already done the Midnight Suns, because the Howling Commandos are basically a version of them. It's just that they're monsters. So it's so much story to be told here, but good one, D Steels, good one. You're absolutely right. B. Avery, get on this point. What was you thinking was going through Bucky's mind here?
Just so much turmoil. But to be honest with you, I don't have much, because I just didn't put it together, man. Like, I was struggling identifying the characters on who is who, because I didn't know that Torres was the same dude that had that was doing the Red Hand investigation.
Yeah.
Then I didn't find out till a few hours ago that he actually killed his son. So I was a bit perplexed. I just knew it was a dramatic scene that was going to play out later. I just couldn't put it together at the time. But now thinking about it, man, this is tragic. This is horrible.
Yeah, it's
really
tough.
I just really feel sorry for Bucky. Like somebody that was a BC character initially, now is pulling at all our heartstrings. That this is crazy. So
yeah, man.
I'm just excited to see how it all turns out.
Yeah. Are either one of you? Okay, I think, how do I couch this question? Based on this first episode, are you both emotionally invested in Sam and Bucky?
Yes.
Okay. Larry?
Not yet. I want to be. And here's the reason why. When I watch this, and I know that maybe they're totally different things, so I shouldn't compare them, but let's just be real. These are the first two Marvel Disney Plus series, the Falcon Winter Soldier and WandaVision. So people are going to make comparisons between them. And this one felt much more like a traditional Marvel, movie, a traditional Marvel sort of property. But I found that I was much more invested and engaged in Wanda and Vision, because it was so different from what I expected. It was so I didn't really know what to expect, but it was so different from anything I felt like the MCU was giving us before. And so I was sort of like, I just found it way more interesting right out the gate. I was like, oh, this is insane. I don't know what they're doing here. And
so you felt that way within the first two episodes of WandaVision, honestly?
Yeah, because in the first two episodes, the first few, when they were really just like all about straight sitcom and the laugh tracks and all that, I was just like, this is nuts. I was like, I don't know what this is. It was funny to me, and I just didn't know where they were going with it. Like, this one, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't like it at all. It's dope. It is the action's fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing it move forward with the storylines, but it's very much what I expect from Marvel. So,
not me. That last series made me work too hard in the very beginning, piecing together stuff to understand where they was going with the story. So
no, I'll give you that. Like, this series seems much more the type that you can just watch it and just sort of, you don't have to really think about it quite as much. You can just watch it and enjoy it at face value, where I felt like with WandaVision, you really sort of had to watch it again and sort of pay attention to it. Not to say you don't have to pay attention to this one, but I don't feel like you do nearly as much. Like, this one, sort of what you see is what you get.
This one, I feel like you definitely got to pay attention because look at all the stuff B. Avery missed. But this one came out the gate with the action, whereas WandaVision didn't. So
that was one of the things I found interesting about it because they really made you. It was almost like they were making you earn the action. It was like, oh, we're gonna give it to you, but you're gonna have to stick around for it. We're gonna make you earn it. You know. Where this one just came right out the gate, just bang, 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 bang. So maybe this one will be different. Maybe they're going to make us earn the story. You know,
you absolutely right, Laney. You absolutely right. He didn't give a damn about them children, so why should we think that he cares about anybody early on?
I didn't say anything about her old ratchet kids. I didn't say anything about her old raggedy snaggletooth kids. I was talking about Wanda and Vision. See, Laney always got to start some mess. She always got, you know what? I already told you. She likes me. That's why she picks on me. It's one that's like picking on the kid on the playground. She goes punch the kid she likes on the playground.
Laney, you all right with me, Laney? We're gonna have you as long as you have us. Now we
gonna make me go back and watch this stupid show 3 more times.
Go for it, man. Now we get into the backstory of Sam Wilson. They introduced that he had a sister, that he had a family business, a family boat, and
now this part was making me mad.
Now during this whole situation, the sister's giving Sam all this resistance because she's been down on their luck during the blip. She's tried to go to the loans, to get loans from banks. They ain't helping her out. Sam is committed to basically telling her, look, I'm going to get you this loan. We're going to revamp this boat, and we're going to keep my family legacy. And you can see they put the names of the dad and mom on the boat. This is the boat, Paul and Darlene. So they go to the bank. And ladies and gentlemen, how long have Black people been thrown through the gauntlet for trying to get things to elevate your income, elevate your wealth? They go to the bank and they basically tell them no. Sister was already in a hopeless state. And when her big brother was able to kind of just say, look, man, get your hope back up. We're going to get it done. They go sit with this bum who loves Sam, knows he's a Falcon, wants to talk about Tony Stark dying, wants to take selfies and shit, only to tell him I can't give you the loan.
The audacity.
And then ask Sam, how do superheroes make money? Does Tony Stark pay for y'all? Blah, blah, blah. And he tells him, look, I'm doing military contracts because that first scene when we saw Sam breaking through those helicopters, that was what he's talking about when he's saying he's doing contracts for the military. So, right. And he's got contracts lined up for years from now, which is exactly how Tony Stark made his money, through contracting with the military. And the guy still denied him, said there's been nothing on the books for 5 years, but I guarantee you a Trump could walk in there with a 0 credit, say that he knows somebody that knows somebody, and would have got the damn loan. B. Avery, I'll give it to you first.
It is fucking ludicrous, bro, on so many levels. I mean, it just breaks my heart. You know, they doing what they got to do, trying to sell plates. You got these 2 innocent nephews right here. But that bank scene right there just sent me over the moon, you know? One, just the audacity for him to get all personal, asking them and all that, then asking for selfies and talking about Tony Stark. It just like, no matter what, man, if you save the world, huh?
I'm with you. I'm talking to the guy.
If you save the world, and I think I said this in my recap, at the very least, you should have the Armageddon care package. You know, you remember that Michael Bay movie from 1998 when it was like, we don't want to pay no taxes.
Right.
I was like, so, you know what I'm saying? Michael Clark Duncan wanted some housing at the White House. So I'm like, no taxes.
Steve Buscemi wanted his parking tickets taken care of.
You should get all of that. No taxes, guaranteed health care, guaranteed home ownership at the very least, you know.
For every generation of your bloodline, or your namesake going forward.
The whole lineage, bro. The whole
everybody.
Lineage, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you got to put them up in some, you know, $5 million mansion. You know, give me 3 or 4 bedrooms. I'm good. I'll do the rest. I just need the basic stuff. You know, I shouldn't be stressed about fixing a boat. But of course, this is blatantly obvious. I mean, you know, you can save the world, but you can't get a loan. And then with Black people, You know, we can build the richest country in the world, never get compensated, and still can't get a gosh darn bank loan. You know, but you can take a selfie with us and do the Dougie with us in a photo and all this crap. But we can't get a loan. I like his sister though. I like that actress. You know, she's cool. I forgot what she's popped up in. But I like the back and forth between her and her brother Sam. You know, they're arguing, but 2 seconds later they're kind of like, bro, sis, you know. So I'm feeling that. I'm just happy that we're getting to see where Sam comes from. You know,
I agree to be able that their back and forth that they have between Sam and his sister. You could tell that a black person wrote that because it seemed really authentic. It was just sort of like them going back and forth, and even like that the last part when she said, "Oh, you're gonna do me like that, even though you know I'm right," and he was like, "Yep."
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
It was just like,
and they were cool too. You're just like, so, you know what I'm saying? They both respect each other still. You know, they don't look down on each other. So yeah, I like that a lot.
Larry, the floor is yours now, my brother.
I tell you, when I was watching this, and I saw this scene, I was thinking to myself with the whole bank thing. Part of me was thinking, okay, this is maybe this has some racial thing to it. But then I started thinking, maybe there is a racial element to it, but maybe there's not necessarily, because I just finished watching Justice League and we just saw that Superman's mom lost her house. I mean, Superman had been taken out and she didn't have any income because he wasn't there to help her, and she lost her house. I mean,
I have a rebuttal against that. Respectfully. Well, the thing about it is Superman's identity is being kept a secret. So it's not like she would get help, you know, from like the goodwill, you know. Right. Sam, he's a known superhero, so it's like, you know, you should help. Since this dude saved the world, you know, he should get some type of assistance. But Superman's mom, you know, they can't tie the connection to Martha Kent and Superman. I mean, that's just my 2 cents.
No, that's a great point. Good point.
And another thing is, I kind of do agree with you though, Larry, on the other part. And I'm sorry I cut you off. Like you saying that it may not be a racial thing with him not getting the loan. It's a stupid thing. It's just I just thought about that personally. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Black person. So that's just me on that.
Now, you know, the thing that got me when they were talking about his finances and stuff, I was really thinking like, you know, this dude was in the military. Why is his sister not getting survivor benefits? I mean, if the dude disappeared on the blip, whatever, I was like, he's a vet. I mean, superhero and all the other stuff aside, the dude is still a vet. He served in the military.
That is true.
You know, he should get survivor benefits.
Not only that, he should be able to go get he should be able to go get AARP and all those other programs for military folks that you normally can get. And he can't even get that bank loan with the military, apparently, because he went to this bum biscuit wanting to take selfies.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, you know, another thing too, I sort of felt like, geez, you know, I mean, not that he owed them a responsibility to do this, but I was sort of like, man, Tony Stark didn't set up some sort of trust for these people. He didn't set up a trust for the Avengers so that they can keep on going. I mean, what happens if they run out of money? Are they gonna be beholden to the government? You know, I mean, one of the reasons why they were able to do all the stuff they were doing,
So I think he did fund them in the comics.
He did. But even if we're going to go by the MCU storyline, him and everyone that was on Captain America's side, technically they ain't made up. I mean, I know we're looking at it like they came together to reverse the blip and bring everybody, but they still haven't sat down to make up for what tore them apart in Civil War. The last time we seen Iron Man and Sam Wilson on the screen, Iron Man basically took his hand and blowed him because they had shot down Rhodey. Do y'all remember that scene in Civil War?
Good point.
So,
right.
if there was something to be put in the works, it might not have been put in the works yet because Iron Man hadn't had a chance to sit down, hash out everybody. What are we going to do now? Okay. You see that Civil War tore us apart, and you see Thanos came here and almost tore the world apart. What we're going to do? But fellas, let's move on. We're to the last scene of this thing where this guy, we're already saying is a villain. I think he's a Skrull. It has decided to introduce his Weapons Plus U.S. Agent Cap. Now, when I say Weapons Plus, fellas, y'all know that serum that they was using to make the Winter Soldier. Remember that serum? And then they had a serum back in the last Hulk movie that they was trying to inject an old boy that wound up becoming Hulk's villain in that movie. Blonsky. Right. That was the Weapons Plus Soldier series where everybody's going to be under Thunderbolt Ross. So
this guy may not be a Skrull. He might be Hydra.
Yeah, no, he's not Hydra. He's not Hydra. He could definitely, before he would be Hydra, he'd be a Skrull. But the issue here is U.S. Agent Captain America in the comics went up against the real Captain America. The difference between the two is the Captain America that we know and love is all about truth, justice. He says yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am to women that are younger than him. This other Captain America, he'll kill your ass right now. You ain't even got to get a temper. He's the antithesis of Captain America. So B. Avery, how are you feeling about the Weapons Plus U.S. Agent Captain America?
They just made him look whack on purpose.
He looked goofy as fuck,
bro. Like he don't look heroic or threatening at all.
Not yet,
man.
But when you see him go snap a cat's tail, and then he go beat up an old lady, then he go kill a superhero, then you be like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know much about him. To be honest with you, I didn't really start hearing about him until they started promoting this show. But he looks whack, man, and I hope Sam whoops his ass. I hope he just gets a good ass whooping.
I don't know, man. He's got that Weapons Plus juice in him. It's gonna take probably Sam and Bucky to beat him down.
But since we're at the end, let's bring up the point that Larry brought up earlier that I was thinking about as well. I'll give it to you, Larry, if you remember. You were talking about this character right here.
Yeah, I was talking about Sam. I want to know if Sam's gonna get the serum.
Right. Because I said I want Sam to whoop his ass. If Sam does get the serum, I would love to see that fight.
Maybe he doesn't need it.
Maybe.
I don't know they're going to give him the serum up here. I don't.
I want to.
If they don't, that just holds it, even makes it even more true about how black people are. That we don't even need the damn serum. We don't even need the super serum to be a superhero. It's just like, it's like our blackness is a super serum.
That's right. You walk around, you just start sweating, and that's your serum right there. Just sweat beat off your head. You drink that shit up. So, having said that, ladies and gentlemen,
an Incredible Hulk roll up on you. I'm not fighting him. Hulk be like, I'm not smashing him. He's sweating.
Don't put on no deodorant today. No. So, fellas, where are we going to be going with this story next week? I'll give it to you first, Larry. Where do you think they're going, or what would you like to see happen next week?
I would like to see Bucky get him some.
Oh, he want Bucky to get them panty draws. Oh.
I mean, for all we know, Bucky's a virgin. I mean, dude's been out there. I mean, he was,
what
he was in. I mean, Bucky was out there in the 40s when people weren't having premarital sex like that all that often. They were up there.
Larry, they was.
I mean, I know they were, but not
Larry
in like they do today.
Larry, they was getting it in probably even worse then.
Okay, well, I still want Bucky to get him some. I mean, damn, the dude, he said, look, he told his therapist, I've been going from one fight to another fight for the last 90 years. I was like, after 90 years, dude owes him. Collectively, the country owes him a little bit of fun.
He probably got something in Wakanda. We don't know.
Yeah,
from Shuri? You think Shuri gave him some?
I don't think it was Shuri, but
you think they have a special? You think they have a special sex version of the Dura Milaje?
I mean,
let me tell you something.
Smash anywhere.
I can answer that question for B. Avery right now. I can answer that question, B. Avery. He did not get none in Wakanda. You know why?
Why?
Once you go black, you don't go back. He would not been messing around with that Asian girl if he would have got him some draws in Wakanda. Right. I can tell you that right now. He would have been trying to get back to Wakanda.
Yeah.
I mean, dude's only got one arm. I'm not sure he's ready for that vibranium goodness right there.
Boy, so, I don't know, man. So, B. Avery, what are your expectations, or what do you want to see happen next week?
Man, it's hard, man. It would be nice to see Bucky get some, but no. I want to see.
Oh, sorry, B. Avery. I forgot to say. I also want to see a dope cameo next week.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
I just want to see more of what we got this week because they opened up so many subplots.
They did.
With Sam and his family and the finances, the government contracts, the relationship with his sister, this U.S. agent, and also Bucky dealing with his therapy and the Flag Smashers. That's like 5 or 6 storylines right there. I mean, just keep all those going simultaneously until it all converges in episode 5 and 6. You know. This is what I do want to see. I would be actually disappointed if we don't get to see this. I don't want to just see Rhodey come back. I want to see him come back in the War Machine suit,
right?
And help out in the fight. I want like a Bucky, Falcon, and War Machine team up where they just knocking all kind of heads off the wall.
Right.
That would be kind of cool.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I want to see
that would be dope.
I also want to see Sharon Carter come back. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of Emily Van Camp. That's my girl. She's on The Resident, by the way. I want to see what role she's going to play in this thing.
Are we going to see Hawkeye?
We're not. Are we going to see Hawkeye in this? I don't think we're going to see Hawkeye in this series.
It would make sense, I think.
But I'm wondering, are we going to see Nick Fury in this series?
I think we'll see him, but it might be at like the very end or something.
Right.
But I think we'll see him.
Yeah. I guess if we've learned anything from WandaVision, we have to know that they seem to do a good job of containing the characters within the universe. Like we was expecting they might bring in somebody different. They didn't really do it. And we're sitting here hoping that they might bring in Nick Fury, somebody like that. They might not do that, fellas. We might have to just accept what we've seen so far, which is good enough for me. I mean, I'm fine with that. But when the powers that be come to take on Agent Captain America, it's going to be a dogfight. And then we've got to see how does Zemo play into this. So you got to deal with Zemo, his crew. Yeah, Zemo's in this thing. Then you're still going to be dealing with the Flag Boys. There are some storylines going on. And I think at the very least next week, we're going to see Sharon Carter come back.
Real quick, I heard somebody say this in like another broadcast about a week ago, and I never thought about it. I know that Zemo always wore the purple mask in the comics. Mm-hmm. However, somebody brought up a point saying maybe since he's trying to rid the world of superheroes, mm-hmm. and one of the ways he does it is he plays with their mental state. Is that one of the reasons he's dressing up in a purple mask is to resemble Thanos and mess with their psyche that way. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's kind of interesting, but I don't know. I just kind of throw it out there, but it's probably not true.
If the MCU puts that in the storyline, I'd be cool with it because at one point in time, Zemo was trying to get one of those Infinity Stones.
Oh snap! Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I want to know when this series is occurring relative to the happenings with Wanda during WandaVision.
It's after Wanda happened before. Wanda happened like 2-3 weeks after the blip. This is like a couple of years later.
No, I think it's a couple of months.
Couple of months later. Yeah.
It's in between WandaVision. It's after WandaVision, but before Spider-Man Far From Home.
Right.
Spider-Man Far From Home was 8 months. It was like 8 months after the blip.
That's what was 8. That's what I was thinking. 8. Yep, you got it.
So I'm thinking like maybe Bucky should just go seek out Wanda and just have him fix her for good. Like if he's worried about the nightmares, just have him go in there and just pull all that stuff out.
Man, he don't even know who she is.
Right. I don't even know if he knows she's still around.
Okay.
She in the mountains over there playing with the Darkhold.
Yeah, man. And
that's
really where y'all want her butt to stay.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, y'all want her to just create another bubble and don't come out of it, because man, when she learned that Darkhold, boy, Lord have mercy. It's gonna be a mess. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got for you tonight. B. Avery will be back live on Sunday. You going live Sunday, B. Avery?
I believe so. Yes, sir. I believe so.
So be sure to go check out his channel, like his videos. Go check out Larry. Larry, what you got going on your channel this weekend?
Oh man, I don't know, man. I was thinking about maybe doing a giveaway show on Saturday, but I need to find some motivation and energy to do it.
Okay,
man,
before we go,
I'm telling you, man, we've been live streaming like 5 days a week and twice on Sunday. So we've been going hard.
Here's a good comment, Easter egg, somebody that I missed. Did y'all miss when Rhodey said allies have become enemies? No, I didn't miss that, but I didn't put this with this. He was talking about Wanda. I mean,
Wanda's not an enemy. I'm gonna keep telling y'all this. No one's gonna believe me until they finally see it. She's not an enemy.
Dr. Strange gonna have to fix her, Larry. I don't think she's an enemy either, but she's about to be dealing with some dark magic, and Dr. Strange gonna have to fix her.
I think Wanda is good in her nature, which I think is going to come out.
Okay.
She's gonna struggle with doing some bad stuff like she did. That, I mean, the reason she felt bad in the beginning is because she blew up that doggone building, which led to the whole Sokovia Accords and all that. But she wouldn't even have cared if she was bad at her core. But she's good in her nature, which is why she even felt bad to begin with. So I fully have faith that Wanda is gonna come through on the right side of history.
We'll see. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one thing that you can do to help all YouTubers, including us on this panel, when you come to our channels, click on some of the other videos. My channel, I've got Snowfall, I've got Robin Hood, then I've got the MCU, I've got Wild World News. Be sure when you come to check out our channels, you check out some of our other videos. That's the new way to push us up in the algorithm so that we get pushed to suggested and browse features in YouTube to grow this audience and grow more members like you that become dedicated to all of our missions, which is to keep you guys entertained and full of information. Till that next sexy as hell video. We'll see you guys Sunday.